Welcome to the pilot episode of the Journey to Funny. We'll call it Beyond Sports. For now, come up with a different name. This is the pilot episode. I was antsy. I was just wanting to jump in and do this thing. So I didn't want to wait for a name. It'll come to me. It might stay Beyond Sports. If that's already being used and trademarked, I'm sure it's pretty basic. Keep it, whoever owns it. I'm not trying to step or rain on your parade. Relax. It's going to be okay. So the Journey to Funny started off as a YouTube documentary, just following the story of my comedic career in the latter part of my life. I'm only 47. Still got another 47 more to go. So hold tight, buckle up. This roller coaster is just getting warmed up. Lots of things have been born from that. Characters, which is part of the Journey to Funny. The Journey to Funny, to catch all of you of those not in the know up. The long story short is documentary style, just videos. No, sometimes there's bloopers, and I save those for my Patreon community. But typically, it's one take, no rehearsal, no script. Seldom I'll have some notes if I feel there's things of supreme importance that I don't want to miss. But today, no notes, podcast, just me. Done a few podcasts before, but I've always had a partner. Doing this thing solo, just to have another avenue to explore, to express in this Journey to Funny. And there's been almost 20 videos and the core of Journey to Funny. I've started doing some food reviews. Those have been super fun. Look up the original fast food review or look up John Pepe comedy on YouTube. Get in there, get some feedback, drop some comments. Let me know what you think, if you have any ideas or what have you. Today, Beyond Sports. They say do what you love, write what you know. And for the first part of my childhood and into my young adolescence and adulthood, eventually, sports, play, baseball, football, soccer, basketball, any sport. If I could have, I would have been on the curling team, darts, jarts, bowling, ping pong. I loved it all, still do. But it's not a significant part of my life anymore. Do I still watch sports? Absolutely. I love watching football. I don't play sports as much as I used to. I loved playing racquetball. That was one of the last sports I played, not competitively, but with a competitive spirit, with my brother-in-law. But I haven't, I love Frisbee. Maybe I should get into Frisbee golf. Frisbee golf looks amazing and not so harsh on the joints and the body. I need more sports in my life, and I'm doing certain things with the comedy. I have another podcast called The Bodie Bros with a really dear friend of mine. We talk about motivational stuff, spiritual stuff. We pull cards. Oracle cards, tarot cards, all sorts of cards. So I'm just diversifying, doing the things I love and trying to make a career. Reverse that. Making a career out of this comedy thing that's very near and dear to me. A passion put off, a desire diverted. I'm in it now. I want this to be my life. I want podcasts and comedy shows and collaborations with friends and new people to be my life. So Beyond Sports, we're going to call it that, Beyond Sports for now. And what I plan on doing initially, and this is going to evolve, it's definitely going to transform and change as we go because I'm winging this thing. I watched NFL Live from 4 to 5, and now NFL Live is on again from 5 to 6, and I have it on pretty fancy pause over here. And I'm just going to play again. I didn't take any notes, but I watched it and listened. Now I'm just going to play it. And if I remember things, great. If something flashes and I want to talk about that, then we'll talk about that. But I want to do something different, and I know that maybe this, reaction videos aren't anything different or cutting edge. I get it. But we'll just start off this way for topics of conversation. No sponsors of the general mainstream media are ever going to support this podcast. I don't want that, because we're going to talk about a lot of those sponsors in ways that they're not going to be happy about, because they're doing things that aren't good for our country and our people and the world in general. And ESPN will probably never have me on one of their shows, and I'm okay with that. And, you know, maybe they will. They'll have that controversial guy on. They'll just give me a list of things I can't talk about like they do for comedians on late night shows and this and that. Maybe I'll sign up. Probably won't. But who knows? We'll see how it goes. Beyond Sports. NFL Live was on. I watched it. Had some reactions, some ideas. I think the most chuckling I did was when the commercials came on. And we'll get into that. So Beyond Sports, the podcast, it will be on Anchor. And because of Anchor and that wonderful free service that they provide, it's going to be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Sidecast, Upside Downcast, Inside Outcast, all those casts. And if it's not on a platform that you listen to and you'd like to listen to, the Journey to Funny, Beyond Sports Edition, or whatever we abbreviate it to and make it make sense and fun for everyone, let me know. But there's a whole community out there that I don't feel like I'm reaching with my comedy and my spiritual / motivational / super cool podcast called the Bodie Bros that I've already mentioned. And with the characters I've created, the food reviews I'm doing, I love sports and I have sports friends and I want to connect on a sports level with an audience out there. So sports. All right, let's just hit play and see where this takes us. This is probably going to be, the first episode will probably be an hour and a half, I'm thinking. I mean, the show itself is an hour long. I'll probably hit pause a few times. This might be a 2-hour initial pilot. But bear with me. We'll get it down. We'll make it make sense. Let me know what a good length of a podcast is. I'd love that. We already have some fans in the studio here. We got Kermit, we got little James Franco, we got Mingus the monkey. So we have a cast of characters that we can bring out and call upon should we need to do so. But let's hit play. And it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers OTAs. Play for the Packers, ? I mean, what's going on in the Aaron Rodgers world? What's your take on it? How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers? I think he's having a blast. He just won the MVP of the league. That's a huge fucking deal. Oh shit, we curse on this show. Can't do that on that show. We can do it on this one. Fun. But the MVP is a big deal. It's like the biggest deal besides winning the Super Bowl and then being the MVP of that. But like, everyone has an opinion on this, of course, and that's what sports is, and that's what the show's going to be about. And there'll be lots of support in the comments. There'll be lots of non-support in the comments, and everyone has to just be kind to each other, and you know, do unto others and all that stuff. Please, in the comments to me, in the comments to each other, you know, let's be civil here. Let's be nice. Let's connect in ways that are healthy and not detrimental to our health emotionally and otherwise. Like, come on. It's just a quick little please and thank you, folks. But Aaron Rodgers, folks, like he's doing his thing, man. He's got his swagger and he's talking. He said he loves his teammates. He loves his coaches. He's not throwing anyone under the bus except the culture and the people that drive the bus of the Packers organization. And I feel like he's just saying, like, there's a right way to do things in a way that I don't really vibe with anymore. And you win the MVP, and do you have a certain right to say, I wanted a different way? Dude, you can do whatever you want. These athletes are doing whatever they want, saying whatever they want, and demanding trades and this and that. And Aaron Rodgers is just saying, look, Tom Brady just went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he said, like, this is what I want. This is what we need. Look, I've won. This is how we can do it again. And they did it. Aaron Rodgers just like, look, Tom and I are pretty much like on the same level here, guys. I know how to win. I got some ideas. I've gotten us really close. Just won the MVP. By the way, is anyone listening? Can I get some support? So I'm screening here Jordan Love at OTAs while Aaron Rodgers is absent. You moved up in the draft. You picked this guy. That's fine. I didn't have any problem with that. Maybe Aaron did. Maybe he didn't. We're never going to know unless we talk to Aaron, we bring him on the show, and he's entirely authentic and, truthful with us. And like, look, man, I just said what I said because I was with them and I had to say these things, blah, 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 blah. I hated when they picked him. And that's fine, too. Have your opinion. One day he'll let us know, if he hasn't already, how he truly feels. But Jordan Love, if the guy's not ready, whose fault is that? You picked him. There's rookies that get picked up and they throw them in, Burrow, and they say, do your thing, Burrow. And Burrow did his thing. And we'll get to Burrow later because I feel like I saw at the end of the episode, I was getting ready for this, that they started talking about Burrow real quickly, and I have some thoughts on that whole thing and the Garoppolo thing and the trade last thing, and, but that's later. Okay. Play Jordan Love. Cut your losses with Aaron Rodgers now. Let him go to the Broncos. Let him go to fill-in-the-blank team and do what Tom Brady did. Just let him go. Or do what the Buccaneers did and give Aaron Rodgers what he needs. Sit down and say, we fucked up. Yes, we're the owners of this team. Yes, we feel like we're bigger and badder than everyone else, but you are a badass Aaron Rodgers. What do you need? What can we do to make you happy? The fans love you. We want you to retire in a Green Bay pet. Let's flip the script here and not do what every other team and every other superstar is doing and then get traded and then a new story begins. Let's try to make it right. And if you can't, don't move on. It's still on the screen. I haven't hit pause. They're still talking about it, so we'll still talk about it. Look, Jordan Love's got to be ready. They brought in Blake Bortles as well as a backup. Dude, come on, it's time. He needs another year to sit on the bench. Dude, the guy hasn't played in like 500 and something days or whatever it is. He needs to play NFL football. Being on the practice squad, getting second team reps isn't going to, you need to get thrown in the sauce, marinate, simmer, and get some experience. Like, they got a great team. Play him. It's a huge asset you have in Aaron Rodgers. If you can't make it, then play Jordan Love. Don't bring anyone else in. He's the guy you're going to look silly if you don't play him. If you play Blake Bortles or bring in some other person, they're like, he's getting there. He's smiling. He's ready. He's putting in the work. Put him on the field. You drafted him so high. You moved up. You spent the capital. You did all those things. Play Jordan Love. Or head down, hands to your heart. Aaron, we fucked up. We're here to make it right. Let's get to work. And then do that. The guy's, in his prime, hosting Jeopardy. I'll take the Packers things that don't align for 1,000, please. None of this lines up. It's not making any sense. Not making any sense at all. Absolutely none. Doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? It's a business. That's what it is. It's always going to be a business. Yes, all of our childhood fantasies of our players and the things that we love and look up to and try to connect with and try to emulate in our backyards and on the playgrounds and in the sandlots. This is different, man. When you become an adult, you realize, yep, it's a business. And it's pernicious, it's corrupt, it's twisted, it's manipulation, it's greed, it's power, it's all those things. But fuck that, man. I watch football, I love football, and I want to die loving this game and the players and the people that pour their hearts, their passions, their souls into their careers as coaches, as people on the staff, as players. And so I want to, and I'm a hopeful romantic. I'm always crossing the fingers that the money and the talent can get together and do something special. And a lot of times they can. And that's why we still remain fans, because deals can be worked out. It's still on the screen. They're still talking about it. Packers 3-day mandatory. Man, is he going to show up to camp? Is he not going to show up to camp? Let's move on. Like, oh, perfect. That's what I asked for. 99 days till kickoff. Who's stoked? I'm excited, man. 99 days till kickoff. We've got 99 problems, but blank ain't one. Being censored on this podcast ain't one. Whoop, whoop. Boom. So, yeah, we're going to hydrate here as it looks like they're nearing New York Jets on the screen. What? Folks, for those of you who don't know, many of you don't know. Yep, it's true. Jets, Jets. Since 1974, so you can't ever accuse me of not being a true fan of the game. In my lifetime, we've never been to the bowl. Not only have we not won the Super Bowl in my lifetime, we've never even been. That was quick. The Jets got some screen time, though, so that's awesome. Steelers on the screen right now. But, yeah, hydrating. Steelers. Jim's problem is not the head coach. No, man. Come on. Tomlin, stud, stallion, Hall of Famer. Not the problem. I mean, they were 11-0. You know how hard it is to go 11-0 at the beginning of last season? God, in my fantasy league, I drafted their defense because they were badass, and they were. I mean, I got lots of points with them. So, I mean, we know the offense is just not firing on all cylinders. You just need to tweak it, man. I follow sports. I love sports. I love playing. When we get back in, get a little, get my body moving a little more. I suffered gout for the last 20 years. So that's been very debilitating, but I'm learning to live with it and learning how to honor that condition in my body so that I can get more and more healthy and stronger and stronger. So, but as the podcast goes on, we'll talk about that more personal stuff. But, hydrating here. Let's hit pause real quick. I don't want to miss any of this stuff. A little water, a little lemon juice, great for the body. Put in some high quality vitamin C. And I say high quality because certain vitamin C's, it's like you're taking nothing, and it can actually be detrimental versus helpful to your system. So right now, in this time of focusing on boosting our immune systems and health and wellness being of the utmost important, probably more than ever in our lifetimes. Water. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, especially if you're an athlete or have any type of inflammatory ailments that you suffer with. Hydrate all day. Put something special in there too, as I have today. Take care of yourself. So, moving on. All right, looks like they're going to commercial, and we're going to be talking about Trey and Jimmy after the break. And I'm excited about that because I have some ideas. I really think. And then what else do they appeal? No bucking around. Bruce Arians. No risk it, no biscuit. And that's going to probably filter into the Jameis Winston conversation too, and how he's going to fare over there in New Orleans, because he was of that mentality, and that's why he threw 420 interceptions in a year, however many it was. But here we are, at commercial. And I love the bottom line. Catch you folks up. So if you're rolling in your car or doing some yard work, gardening, or walking around the block or your city, you're listening to the podcast. Padres won, Cubs won, top of the 8th. There you go. There's your update. Boop, boop. And Rays versus Yankees tonight at 7 something Eastern Standard Time. Yankees, just so people think it's Jets, Mets, Yankees, Giants. It doesn't always work that way. It's not a rhyme. It's who you grew up with, where you grew up with, I'm Jets, Yankees. Rangers or Islanders, never mattered to me. I wasn't big into hockey. I had neighbors on both sides of me. One was a Rangers fan, one was an Islanders fan. They played a lot of street hockey, the older kids, but I was too. It's not that I wasn't intrigued, but I feel that the all the other sports that I was participating in, both with kids in the neighborhood and organized sports, it just monopolized so much of my time I couldn't pay attention to lacrosse and hockey. So I have no allegiance to an NHL team. First NHL game that I ever went to was a Thrashers Capitals game, thanks to a wonderful friend of mine. His wife had access to some box seats, the Nextel box seats in Atlanta, Georgia. And man, that was a transformative event. I got to tell you, that made me appreciate hockey on a whole nother level. Wow, you see it on TV. If those of you that know, it is not nearly the same. Some games are great on TV. Like football is wonderful on TV. It's just so many camera angles, and you feel, with technology and stuff, you feel like you're there. I mean, nothing is ever going to replace the energy of the fans in a stadium or an arena, of course. But hockey in person, I was like, oh my gosh, I get it. Like I've never gotten it before. And I was in my late 20s at that point, early 30s. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But I was like, oh man. And if I had more time in the day and not as many things and projects and work and family obligations that I'd plug into, obligatorily speaking and passionately speaking, then maybe hockey would find its way into the grand equation of it all. But I can't watch TV all day. I can't watch sports all day. But I love it. And respect to the players and the back and forth and the line changes, and what an exciting game. And I would definitely be open to going to see another game, especially in a box. Yum. So yeah, there's that. Back to the commercials though. What are we advertising here? I see a Millennium Falcon, so instantly I get excited because it's probably Disney World. And I live here in the Kingdom of the Mouse. So yeah, I see a monorail. It's definitely Disney. I haven't even been to see the Star Wars exhibit or extension of the park. I'm sure it's cool. I've seen some characters walking around when I've been to Disney or MGM. That's always neat. And I'm sure the kids really, really fucking love that because, come on, man. I mean, like when I was a kid, if I saw Darth Vader anywhere, I would freak out, be like totally terrified, but also at the same time, I'd be like, this is the coolest shit ever. It's Darth fucking Vader. Watch your mouth. Dad, it's Darth fucking Vader. Whatever. So, there we go. Papa John's. Good job, Shaq. Way to promote a poisonous brand. Oh, did we just drop that? Yeah, it's been done before on my channel. Like, come on, Shaq. You got to do better than that. Pick some healthy stuff to promote, Shaq. You got power. You got a voice. You got an audience. Make your money, man, on Papa John's. But come on, man. Do some things, bro. Step into some ways to transform this world with all that power you have. You're a giant amongst men. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but help us out here, man. People are listening. And if you tell them to go to Papa John's, they're going to go to Papa John's. But Papa John's, for those of you that are listening and not watching, that was 2 fingers in the middle of my hand, extended outward toward the poison that is brands like Papa John's. It's fast food, man. I'm always going to throw fast food under the bus. It's just not the best. Better ingredients, better. Okay. Is it though? Is it really? I guess amongst all the brands, it's not one of the worst. Or is it? Do your research. After that, of course, the sports channel is always going to promote alcohol. Why wouldn't they? because it's legal. Let's promote the alcohol. And I mean, it's a sexy Maker's Mark commercial, and the glass and the color of the brownest of the brown liquors and the ice, and it's like the perfect cue, and all that enticing bullshit. Never gonna see a commercial on here for someone smoking a doob. You're not. Yeah, I guess that I would say never. Not right now, even though it's legal in some places. Why is it not legal everywhere? Why are we not getting these athletes on a regimen where they can recover and heal and live in a state of a much more subsided level of inflammation? Most of these athletes get crunk when they want to release and celebrate and do all that stuff. They get crunk. They go get their Maker's Mark. They order a fucking Papa John's pizza because they're athletes and they're working out all the time. And they think, I can eat that shit. I can drink that shit. I can put that poisonous shit in my body and I'll be fine, man. I'm burning. And you look good. You're running fast out there. And America loves you. But inside, your organs are screaming at you, man. Your liver, your kidneys, your heart, your lungs, the things that we can't see inside. What you don't know, man. If you could turn yourself inside out, you would know that the Papa John's and the Maker's Mark is not doing you any justice or good service inside. If you're going to do it, look, Shaq, I love you, man. From my heart to yours. Do your business, do your thing. Tell people like they do in the alcohol commercials to eat responsibly. How about that? Drink responsibly. Eat responsibly. Let's just promote that. Make it a treat. Don't go to Papa John's every day. Go once a week if you have to at all. I know it's not a smart business model, and someone that sits on the board of directors is not going to be like, just come, get your once a week pizza. But there's got to be ways that our superstars can get paid, get endorsements, especially after they're done with these very, very short careers. And I want to support that. But I also want to support companies endorsing these athletes and athletes not demanding such huge payouts to endorse these companies to do, like, take a fraction of what you would, doing a Burger King commercial and promote a healthy water or vegetable like offering, organic snack. If they approach you and like, hey, we're a startup company and we have these dehydrated beets that are great for energy and good for burning fat. And as a Shaq, as a retired golfer, baseball player, whatever, instead of going, it's going to cost you $100,000, do a 30-second, whatever. Let them offer their pitch and offer how they're going to help heal the world, change the world, and make that part of your community service. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a superstar. I don't know the pressures. I don't know that, but I do know it's business. I know it's power, greed, money, and all that stuff. And without going too much on a tear, holy crap, why did it unpause? Can I not pause anymore? There it is. Must have hit a button or something. So they're back. They're getting. I saw Bruce Arians flash up there. I'm sorry. Went on a tangent. Not sorry. It's beyond sports. We're not just going to talk about sports and what's on the screen. The screen's just kind of like a teleprompter of ideas and thoughts to explore together and express. We're in the middle of a health and wellness crisis on this planet. And I think if we focus our conversation, our efforts, our resources, and utilize these platforms in a way that can seriously readjust, alter, and poetically shift the script here in the most glorious and prosperous of positive, healthy, and sustainable ways, let's challenge each other to do that. That's what I'm doing today. I'm dropping the gauntlet. challenging y'all to a duel. Let's do it. I don't know what that means. I don't know how we're going to duel. Let's just do it kindly with words. And Shaq, again, love you. Let's get creative, man. I know you're probably doing great things out there. But moving on. All right. So, hit and play. We're getting back into quick reads. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, look. Called it during the beginning, before the season started last year. I called Chiefs, Bucks. So that's my call. And wasn't the only one, clearly. But I did. And I took the Bucks. Man, I'm a Jets fan. It's hard for me to cheer for Tom Brady. Trust that. But I know good football. I know weapons when I see them. And man, that team was loaded. And look, Todd Bowles on the, come on, man. They had my arch nemesis, Tom Brady, is AFC East quarterback and Jets slayer, and Todd Bowles, who didn't work out for the Jets. And I'm going to sit here and say Tampa Bay is going to win. When it's there, it's there. When you see it. You can't hate, man. You got to celebrate. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right, we got Jameis. This is what we were talking about earlier. Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill competing at quarterback. Let's touch upon this real quick. It's Jameis all day. If it was going to be Taysom, it would already be Taysom. He's a great backup. He's a great gadget player. He's passionate. He's strong. He's lovable. Commands your attention. Great leader, presence, locker room person, I'm sure. Jameis is your starter, though. There's no controversy here. Let him start. Let him sling. The guy can throw. The guy can connect. Also with the other team quite often in his debut with the Bucs. But he's in a different system now, a different coach. And those of us that know and love football know that if you put the right player with the right coach, magic can happen. Sam Darnold was not with the right coach. Adam Gase is not the right coach for any quarterback. Maybe he could be, a kicking coach or a hydration specialist on some sideline somewhere. But it's just me hurting from another difficult season. But seriously, look what Tannehill did with the Titans after he got out of the clutches of Gase. Ain't no lie, baby. Bye. So Winston, I think he'll be great working with Sean Payton. And if he gets hurt, you got a player in Taysom Hill. Is he ever going to be an elite starting NFL quarterback? No, but he'll help you win games, as he proved when Drew Brees went down. So yeah, we can move on from there, I think. What else we got? That Jimmy Garoppolo, and there it is. Boom, just like that, pops up on the screen. Trey Lance. Yeah, Jimmy's a great looking guy. Handsome GQ cover dude, which makes sense for San Francisco. You know what doesn't make sense? He's not sexy. He might physically be sexy and fit the part, be the face of the organization. For sure. He just screams West Coast, but not his style of play. And that's where Trey Lance steps in. Look, they want to rewrite what they've been doing because they didn't win the bowl. They got close, but they don't want to do it Joe Flacco style. Protect the ball, let the defense win the Super Bowl. They want California, run and gun, West Coast style. They want to move the quarterback. And who's your guy? Trey Lance. You picked him where you picked him in the draft for a reason. Can you start Garoppolo and plug Trey Lance in when you feel he's ready? Absolutely. Unless you can get a haul for Jimmy Garoppolo before the season starts. And I'm sure they were – look, Shanahan was trying to get Rodgers. He's probably still trying to get Rodgers. And there are some other deals that we'll never know or hear about. So they're not stuck with Gray. It's not a bad problem to have. Look, he got you pretty damn far. He just didn't win the ring for you. So you're not in trouble there. But it's teams doing what teams do, and they want to put their mark on teams, and they want Trey Lance is definitely their guy moving forward. Is it this season? Maybe. Is it next season? Probably. But if they're not winning, or Jimmy's gone, it's definitely Trey, unless you're bringing in an Aaron Rodgers. So it's a fun consideration. I watched the draft this year because I wanted to know what the 49ers were doing. I loved watching the 49ers growing up. Loved watching them. And Joe Montana, Jerry Rice days, and Ronnie Lott, and Roger Craig, and great. I loved watching them. I loved watching the Raiders, Jim Plunkett, Lyle Alzado. Who else? The Raiders, other than the Jets. I'm just trying to think of other teams that I loved watching back then. Definitely the Raiders, because they were just like the Darth Vader team. They were the bad guys. The 49ers were just, they were sexy. And I think that's what they're trying to reclaim, is that sexiness for sure. The Redskins, definitely. Or the Washington, the football team, formerly known as the Redskins. Yeah, John Riggins just doing what he does, and Theismann, Art Monk, and all those players that stayed with their team year after year after year. So it was neat back then as a kid in the 70s and 80s to watch the same players on the same team over and over again. Now it feels more like you're cheering for a fucking uniform than you are a team, because it's constantly changing. But, times change, businesses evolve, and the dollar keeps doing what the dollar does, which looks like it's crashing currently, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. So, still on the Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance thing. What's Hasselbeck got behind him? Football, it says Marathon, New York. Probably some of the teams he played with, it looks like. Yeah. I think the 49ers, dude, golf clap to them for what they put together last season. My goodness, man. They were decimated with injuries. Like the likes I've never seen before. Oh, that's where I wanted to go. And they pulled together a very commendable showing for sure. Is the teams, and I believe the Buccaneers are one of them, on the cutting edge of nutrition and training and fitness and wellness and all that stuff. But I don't know if any of the teams, because I'm not behind the scenes, man. I'm just making guesses here. But I feel like the teams that invest or take risks moving forward and employing new ideas and implementing new culture directives are going to be the ones that elevate and we see transform the league and become the next dynasties. And allow me to expound, if you will. Inflammation and recovery is a huge, huge thing. And you can't make any players eat, drink, live certain ways. But you can definitely educate, promote, and persuade them to consider the new regime, the new directives, and the new ideas that are going to make them and the team stronger in body, mind, and spirit. And I feel like this is psychological practice, nutritional practices, spiritual practices, like all these things, man. Not woo-woo stuff, but really fucking seriously, this shit works stuff, or at least flirt with it and see where the experimentation takes you, especially if you're in the fucking the perennial dumpster fire. Who does that special? Marcus Wiley or some shit like that? Yeah. My team's one that's always in the dumpster fire. Do something different. And they did. again. We got another head coach, and I'm excited. Speaking of the 49ers, I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what his pedal to the metal philosophy is going to do for us. If it's enough. Is it enough? I don't know, because the fans play a huge part in the grand scheme of things. The city, not just the fans, the vibration, he's getting woo on us. Just listen, man. These stadiums that are filled with focus, I'm not going to say positivity, but just an energy and a belief in a team, lifts them up to a whole nother level. As a Jets fan, you're like, they're going to fuck this up. That's how we're programmed. We are programmed to be like, they're going to screw it up. But you're ahead 30 points. Trust me, watch. It's happening. Oh, 3rd and 17, they're going to run up the middle. Why would they run up the middle? Come on. So until we could change that, not just internally as a team, completely encapsulated as a franchise, but as a city, as a fan base, and that takes a lot, man. Have head coaches and organizations done that? Sure. Seahawks did it for a little bit. There are other teams out there that have turned the page, and the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl. People say, "Oh, they got Mahomes." Come on, man. It's Andy Reid, and bringing in new coaches and just writing a story that organization hadn't written in a long, long time, and getting buy-in and belief and commitment. And he's a great players coach. Then he gets the city, the fan. They have great fans, and they're like, I'm buying what he's selling. And then look what happens. It's not just the quarterback. Yes, it helped. So what I'm saying is the teams that are going to give something new, and they might already be doing it. I'm telling you, man, CBD is one of those things that when it's legal, and why is it not fucking legal? It should be legal to help recover. Teaching your players, like, look, drink the stupid Maker's Mark and order your Papa John's poisonous pizza when your career's over. For now, maybe eat this, because too much dairy. Here's why I say it's poisonous, just to clarify. Shaq, again, I love you. Have me on your show. Let's talk. Let's be friends. TNT with dynamite, whatever. Too much dairy is an inflammatory agent. Whiskey is an inflammatory agent. When you're an athlete, all these players getting tears and rips and bruises and breaks, and they look great on the outside, but inside they're on fire. So if we can teach them and show them through example of other bodybuilders, athletes that don't touch certain things and have never been injured, fucking awesome. Now, there's also a philosophy that some organizations employ about protecting your quarterback. Genius. Starting up front. Yeah, look at Tom Brady. That fucker sat in the pocket for 10 Mississippi Rush back in New England. In Tampa Bay, he didn't have it as good, but they knew, protect our number one asset. On the playground, you get 3 Mississippi Rush. For most NFL situations, it's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You better be throwing the ball now. He sat there in New England, and I would count 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi. Like, what? Of course they won Super Bowls. They were smart, and they protected the quarterback. Look, in case I miss it because I'm gone out on too many nutritional tears at this point, pun intended. Joel Embiid, meniscus tear. Is he going to play? No, he shouldn't play. He's got a tear, a minor tear that can turn into a career-ending situation should they push him. 76ers are done. They might win this round, but they're done. Without Joel Embiid, it's not going to happen. You heard it here first. Kermit, what do you think? Hi-ho. Whatever. Bye-bye, Sixers. Trust the process. That process is over. If you don't have Joel Embiid, I mean, come on. You're not winning a championship. Look at the Lakers last night without their second big man. Whole another story. So anyway, protect the quarterback. Oh, Joe Burrow, because it's gonna. Yeah, we're time here. This poor guy. He's never gonna be the same. He's the next Carson Wentz. You heard it here first, Kermit. Hi-ho. Look, in the draft, yes, it's a sexy receiver. Yes, he played with him. Yes, the chemistry is going to be amazing. Yes, bam, he's on his ass again, and something else is hurt. You know, I never wish that on anybody. I'm not predicting that he's going to get hurt, but folks, you got to protect your quarterback. You had a high draft. I mean, you could have gotten that giant of a man from Oregon. Come on, Penny. So I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I don't want to butcher it. Nope, let's go with the sexy receiver. I mean, like, maybe they have talent we're unaware of, but like, you heard it here first. Carson Wentz was going to be the next big thing, and it was great until he got hurt. Now look at the same thing. You got Burrow showing up to OTAs with this big knee brace on. Like, is it going to mess with you up here? It's hard for it not to. No matter how great your coaches are, no matter how wonderful of a fitness scheme and how elite of a defensive reading, play calling, decision-making quarterback you are in the split-second moment, if you don't have that protection, this is the fastest, meanest, most powerful sport that I've ever been affiliated or have seen on planet anywhere thus far. It's dangerous, and they're going to be feasting upon him if they don't surround him with some superior talent. Joe Burrow, my heart goes out to you and your family and your career. I hope that you get the protection that you need and deserve. We'll see what happens. Moving on, let's hit play. So, see, who is that? Josh Allen, another AFC rival pointing at me. And we go to a Pepsi commercial. More poison, woman downing a Pepsi, gnawing on some fried chicken wings. The celery looks good. Wings, better with Pepsi. Pepsi. Is there any nutritional value in Pepsi? Kermit? I know. That was not a high ho. That was a high no. So why are you drinking it? Oh, because it feels good. It tastes good. This is a sports show, man. It's not serving you. What good is it doing? Sonic, popcorn chicken po' boy. It's fine. Do your commercials. ESPN, where's the healthy commercials? Where's the healthy products? Can they not afford? Can we have a program where you could pick, like local companies that can advertise on this platform and maybe prosper and not have to go out of business, especially during these pandemic times? Dodge, Liberty Mutual, insurance. You better insure yourself because you're going to die if you keep drinking Pepsi and eating fried chicken wings and Papa John's and Maker's Mark. The only thing I've seen so far is celery, and it was a side item real quick, beer commercial. Sigh! But that's what it is. That's what it is. It's what sells. Sells. Sexy beer. Beer almost killed me. Okay? Almost. That's my fault. I thought we were on to a new commercial. What was that? Cancer, what? Wait a minute. Where did you go with this? You might have gone too far. ESPN. Hold on. Let's just say, now I don't have cancer fighter and 8-time medalist. Modelo. Huh. Why is a cancer fighter? I don't know, man. It's on mute, so I don't know. I don't know. Do the research. Look it up if it intrigues you. What? Video game, PlayStation Plus. Blowing shit up, killing shit. Look, man, I love video games. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here. Doesn't really matter. Hey, there's Ryan Tannehill. He's talking about something. Equality, justice, initiative. So, again, I can't hear. So, yeah, Tannehill got out of his system and in a system where he's thriving. And, you know, he's too old, or he's look, he didn't do anything in Miami. He almost took the Titans to a Super Bowl, man. Almost doesn't count. Stop hating. Celebrate the guy's accomplishments. Like, great stuff there. We got some basketball previews. Man, that Lakers game was hard to watch last night. I'm on the FanDuel. Love the FanDuel. That's super fun. It's a great way. Of course, again, in moderation and FanDuel responsibly. Absolutely. And I've deposited $5 like a year ago. I play the free games and this and that. Bye-bye. I've never deposited anymore. $5. And I've had fun for almost a year now on FanDuel. I haven't won anything giant, but it's definitely been a nice accentuating piece to my occasional sports watching. I watch games that I wouldn't normally watch, and, you know, made a few pennies here and there. And I've taken those pennies and threw them right into cryptocurrency. Why not? But I haven't deposited any more than the initial $5, so win-win. Boop, boop. All right, Lamar Jackson on the screen. How's Lamar going to do this year? Baker Mayfield on the screen, sliding into the end zone. You're safe. You're out. You're still in. Sam Darnold on the screen. What are we talking about? NFL Live. Oh, new Young Money. I think the segment is. Mm-hmm. These quarterbacks are talented, and they, man, again, Sam Darnold's going to do great in Carolina. Great in Carolina. And I think that there's come on. He's got a great coach, players coach, a new system. I don't know much about the Panthers offensive line, but hopefully they take care of him. He's young, man. He got drafted high for a reason. Look around the league. Who's winning Super Bowls? How did they win it? And I know they all study each other, and I'm no GM and no expert. I'm just talking about football because we're just talking about NFL Live today. So I don't know, man. Take care of Sam. I'll miss him. He was fun to watch as a Jets fan. I have no hate for the Darnold Nader, number 14. Hope he does well in Carolina. Get to see him week 1. Exciting and nerve-wracking. Zach Wilson, I don't know, man. He looks like a kid to me. It's really hard to get excited about Zach Wilson because he just looks like a child. Like, I don't look at Zach Wilson and go, "There's a man right there." I don't look at him and go, you know, and I know they're all young coming out of the draft, but like there's something about him that just like I'm almost scared for him because I am a Jets fan. People are like, "Hey, man, how do you think Zach's going to do, man? Hey, you excited about Zach?" And I'm like, I'd like to take this moment to offer my condolences to Zach and his family and friends for getting drafted by the Jets. I'm pulling for him, but I just want to preemptively say, sorry, man. Wish you would have went somewhere else, because until the organization proves to us all otherwise, folks, 1974, 74. It's a long time to not be a champion. So I hope they do well for you, Zach, and for your family. Time will tell. I want to get excited. I want to believe. Do something for us as a city, as a fan base, to light a fire in a way like we've never lit it before. Give us that swagger back. One day. All right, Lamar and company. They could do it, man. They've got that. That's an organization that's got a nice, solid core foundation, and whatever they've got going on behind the doors and in their four walls and beyond is something that has breathed success year after year. So I think they're close. I think Lamar needs some more weapons. I think that I don't know. That's such a peculiar one. Maybe what happens is it's getting stale because defenses are figuring, the coordinators, coaches, the players are figuring it out and coming up with schemes and ways and understanding how to stop that threat. And therefore, if he doesn't have enough to go to, they're not going to be as effective as they once were when it was new. Josh Allen, watch out, AFC East. That team's on fire. The Bills take the AFC, barring any major injuries or whatever. The Bills definitely take the AFC East. The Dolphins think they're there, and they're doing great things. The head coach there is really turning things around there for them. Kudos. Awesome. Exciting. They'll battle it out for the bottom with the Jets. I feel that the Patriots spent a lot of money, and Bills a wizard. They'll find a way to be in second. So it'll be Bills, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins. I just have to say that because wishful thinking. But yeah, that's what I see for the AFC East. That's just me. Red Sox versus Astros, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Okay. Fun. What do we got? Some guy in a suit talking with a plant on the windowsill. Is it real? Looks real. I need a camera that makes me look as sharp as that. Maybe I need a tie. Wear one show up with one of these T-shirts one day. That'll be fun. But how much time we got left here? Let's see. Hey, thanks for your patience, by the way, as I ramble on and on. Looks like we're like halfway through the episode. Holy crap. I'll just hit play and see where it takes us. I mean, there's no obligation here to do anything specific. So, yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, John Pepe Comedy, Instagram, at Poetic. That's Poetic, and then Omedian, Poetic Comedian, all one word, all lowercase. That's the IG handle. Jump on your podcast, type in The Journey to Funny. All sorts of stuff should pop up. The Journey to Funny and side quests. YouTube, John Pepe Comedy. Patreon's a project that I love. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers when only $1 each. There's no tiers, no incentivized bonus promotional materials or anything. It's one tier, $1 to support an artist, support some other artists. Jump on a Patreon and give some love. Okay, I gotta hit pause because Shaq's on the screen. I love you, Shaq. I've told you several times, man. I'm just, it's just a challenge, man. I'm just, again, throwing down the gauntlet. Like, come on. Insurance, cute. Papa John's, sigh. But, like, show me something else, man. Please. Big, bold. You're beautiful, man. I loved watching it. I'm from Orlando. Come on. There'll always be forever thanks and love there. You've lived in my community. You supported local businesses, and we all loved you, man. Come on, Shaq. Oh, yeah, Patreon. $1 a person, one level. And there's exclusive material on there that you can't see anywhere else on any other places. And if I do eventually release things from Patreon, it's eventually. So you get like first view of certain things. It's the only place where I share bloopers. It's rare that there's bloopers because I usually plow through the blooper and keep the camera rolling. But there's also some practice things that I do or stuff that I feel is too sensitive maybe for the cancel culturists out there. So I give it to my Patreon community to go, is this okay? And then see what they say. So I'm trying to be respectful, man. I'm trying to be a role model citizen and be aware of everyone's sensitivities and do the right thing whenever I can, as often as I can, for whomever, whenever I can. Does that make sense? Yeah. If you feel I'm ever stepping out of line in this podcast or any of my platforms, please let me know in a kind way. We'll have a dialogue, educate me, and I'll share with you, and we'll get to more clearly and deeply understand and respect one another. But I hate having to tiptoe, man. I hate having to walk on eggshells. And, when I first started this comedy thing a year ago, people were like, are you sure you want to get into comedy now? Yeah. I didn't sign up for this life to have to like tiptoe through a minefield of not being able to express myself artistically and as a human being and to communicate. Is freedom of speech, man. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, and please don't hurt anyone with your words or otherwise out there. Love each other, man. If you don't understand each other or don't agree with each other, it doesn't mean to hate each other or like segregate yourselves from one another and create wars and distance and disconnection. Come together. Come on. So Patreon, hop on there, type in John Pepe Comedy. Love to get support. When I get to 10,000 followers, so at $1 a month, it's pretty good living, right? My first give back, and there'll be many because that's a lot of money. I don't need all that money, will be to host a free concert for all my patrons. So we get to 10,000 followers. I'm going to throw the biggest, baddest concert ever. I've never done a concert, so it'll be nerve-wracking, heart-clenching, mind-boggling. But it'll be fun. We'll learn together, celebrate together. It'll be me just basically doing this, maybe doing some bits. I don't tell jokes, I tell stories, and just the best guidance I've gotten and what I try to honor is just be me. I've been told that I'm funny. I've been told I should be a comedian. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I like being funny. I like getting laughs. I like laughing. So we'll see where this journey takes me because I don't like doing these certain jobs or working for these certain types of people and organizations. So let me do what I love. And they say, if you do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life. And I feel like when I do these podcasts, when I share, when I express myself and create these offerings, it's out of love and it feels like love, and that feels good. And if I could do that for the rest of my life and share from my experience and the hell that I pulled my body, my mind, my soul through, and maybe you don't have to suffer the same because of that information, again, fantastic. A sip of water, really hydrating today. All right, I guess I've run out of pausing ability. It keeps playing automatically, so I don't know what I've missed. Maybe I had a Spectrum commercial. I'll just let it play, see where it takes us. I wish I could see how long, like what the running time on this video is. I have no idea when I started. I think I started around 5, so say it's about an hour. I'll take it to about 6:30. We'll do like an hour and 30. I've seen podcasts that long. I probably won't typically do it that long, but I feel like I had a lot to say today. Oh yeah, we paused it on Shaq and the General. That's right. I feel like this whole episode's been about Shaq. Wait, what comes out, and it is what it is, man. And look, I share about certain ways that I like to eat, certain foods that I like to eat, certain things that I know are not good for us. Do your thing, man. No job. I mean, like, I don't identify by labels and stuff like that. I try not to for the most part. I mostly eat what you would consider a vegan diet. And it wasn't initially by profound, cosmic, divine, what's the word I'm looking for? Decision to say, like, I'm here for the animals, and I was dying. So, profound design is what I was trying to come up with. No, it wasn't. I wasn't in a moment of enlightenment, or, like, I've finally found the way for me. No, I was not knocking on death's door. I was pounding on death's door, and I had to stop eating meat, certain foods that I quickly identified as being inflammatory agents in my body. And everyone's body's different. Everyone's journey's different. Do your thing. I'm not judging, because I loathe being judged, despite being on a podcast and being a comedian and being on stage and in the spotlight and all that stuff. I don't like being harshly judged, nor would I do that to anyone in their lifestyle decisions. Just don't hurt other people. Just don't hurt other people. Don't bother me with it. And I'm not bothering you with my idea. I'm sharing my ideas with you, but I'm not coming at you and hating on you for going to Papa John's. Go to fucking Papa John's. Support Shaq and his family and all the other directors on the board and the stockholders and stuff and the people that work for them. Go ahead and do that. I'm not trying to put the people that work at the Papa John's around the world out of business. That's not my initiative here. I guess what you could say my intention is to just breathe and bring heightened awareness around our collective decisions as far as what we do support and where we could put other resources, both for each other and into ourselves. Okay. And that's one of those things. Let's see if I can hit pause here, because I like this cat. I think he's pretty electric. That look, we can all always make better decisions, and maybe that's a once a month decision. Maybe the first step toward better health and wellness, vitality, vibrance, connectivity to ourselves and others is removing the frequency of these things that clog up our systems and make it less frequent in our routines. And then maybe eventually you filter it out. And then maybe we force these big organizations to offer us, like I said, I'm not trying to put anyone out of business. I'm just trying to say, when I go through a drive-through, offer me some corn on the cob. You can go through that place that will go unnamed, and they have salads. Oh, okay. What's in their salads? What's in their dressing? How do they prepare their salads? Is any of it organic? No, it's too expensive. Like A, B, C through D. And once you veer off the non-organic path and it's conventional, they've sprayed it with a zillion things. They're not washing their lettuce or their other stuff in ways that could ever get rid of the embedded crap that's in the lettuce eternally now and then you ingest into your body. Like, stop. Again, I could go off on a whole tangent here. This is a sports show. Or is it beyond sports? We'll see. But seriously, that's like an old comedy phrase. But seriously, folks, that just came out naturally. Tapping into my old school, because I'm an old fool who happens to be so cool. If you want to get down, I'll show you the way. Oop. There it is. Tag team shout out. All right. I love rap. I love freestyle. And that might come up in this show. Again, sports and beyond. I'd love to have some rapper artists on the show. We can collaborate. We can, we can do the Stephen A. Max Kellerman thing where we pick a side and we argue, because people love to see that fervorous back and forth. because there's no human way possible that two people disagree on everything as much as those two do. No, folks, it's TV. They pick a side and then they argue the side. It's brilliant because we're like, man, look at they just really never agree on it. He is so set against it. He is so, do they agree? Yeah, sometimes. But I mean, no one's going to watch it. They constantly agree. Yes, I agree with you. Nice point. Very good. Very good. Oh, yes, I do too. Oh, chop, chop, tip, top, perry, top, chop, 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 chip, dip, baby, dip, pick it up, the ratings would go down and no one would watch. So, yeah, let's get a rapper on the show. Let's get some of these vegan athletes on the show, non-vegan athletes, non-labeled anything athletes, like whatever. Let's talk about eating meat. Let's talk about eating vegetables. Let's talk about smoking this. Let's talk about drinking that, not smoking this, not drinking that. Let's talk about it all. I'm open is what I'm saying. And that's what I'd like this show to be. Open to learning together, working together, understanding new viewpoints, adopting maybe different systems of consideration, myself included. I want to learn. I'm doing this so I can connect and learn as well. I'm not sitting here on my soapbox saying, I found the way and the only ways, and here are the ways. Please subscribe to the Church of Crap. Make your donation at paypal.johnvpepe. And you can, please support the show. There's lots of ways. It'll be in the information down below. Look, if I want to keep doing this and I want to keep putting out content, creating characters and doing podcasts and collaborating with other artists and building community and helping in ways I've never been able to for financially and otherwise, to sustain this, I'm going to need funds. And that will come through sponsorships from the places that I'm not throwing under the bus. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Let's challenge the Papa Johns and the Shacks of the world to offer us some more healthy options alongside that what sells. Maybe bite the bullet on a few things, man. Like, don't cut it off the menu because it's not selling as much as the double deluxe super bacon crispy cheeseburger pizza. Like, give us some organic, vegetable, healthy options if you can. And don't be like, these chicken companies that go, we will be antibiotic free by 2023. What the fuck are you doing until then? You're still injecting them with things because you have a surplus of these antibiotics that we all need in our chicken so we can put them in our bodies and blow up and tear our meniscus? John Bede, I'm so sorry you're going through this pain and you're going through this injury. I'm not saying it could have been prevented by eating lettuce and not eating chicken. What I'm saying is we have to know what goes in our food. Shame on the companies that are like, we're doing America and the world great by being poison-free 3 years from now. Like, stop it. Come on, folks. Call to arms here. You vote. I've heard this expression in some way that I'm about to probably destroy it. But you vote with your every click. You vote with your every dollar. You vote with your every decision. Whether it's a website you visit or an Amazon delivery that you confirm or a like that you click, you're voting for that experience in your life and you're promoting it for others to see it as well. And let's really, really, really be mindful of where we put our votes energetically, financially, and otherwise. Come on! Rant complete. Let's play. Oh, it was Kyler Murray. Murray? Yeah, Murray. I want to say, yeah. Kyler. Arizona Cardinals on the screen. Year 3. He's got some weapons now. He's got a coach that's, plugged in. I think it'll be exciting. Give him one more weapon and it'll be unfair. And I think they were trying to do that with Julio Jones. We never know until we know. I hope my buddy that loves the Titans gets Julio Jones. I would be super excited for him. I know the Jets aren't going to try and get him because I feel like they're good at the wide receiver position, but the Jets have money to get him. That would be a surprise. That'd be super sweet. But if we don't get them, which I don't think we're even in the running for it, I hope my buddy and his Tennessee Titans get Julio Jones and Tannehill gets another weapon and he can take them to the promised land. That would be super. I'd be happy for that. Watch Derrick Henry just plow over people and a disciple of Bill Belichick hoist the trophy, if it's not the Jets, of course. So let's hit play. What do we got? Say another like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, there's Cliff at the podium. There we go. All right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think we talked about Patreon. I jumped around, probably cut myself off here and there. But yeah, $1 a month. That'd be super awesome. Oh, yeah, the other places to support me if you'd like. Instagram. There's Buy Me a Coffee, or in my case, tea. And you can change that on your Buy Me a Coffee site. I think it's like $3, and that's a cool way to just like offer some support, some love. Subscribe Star. And this, I did these other ones because some people don't like Patreon. Some people don't, for one reason or another. I love it. It's been good to me, and I think it's a great platform to go support friends, family, artists around the world, those that you've never witnessed before. Like if you want to give me $5, that's great. I welcome that. I'm open to receive that. However, I'm only asking for $1. You can take that other $4 and spread it around to some other artists, and that would make me equally as happy, because my brothers and sisters out there need your love and support. Julio on the scene. Request a trade in March. Anyway, yeah, Subscribe Star. So there's another outlet if you don't want to do Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. That's a way to do it. I think directly through Anchor podcasting, you can financially support a show or an artist. And yeah, are there any other ways? Any other? Let's see. Facebook, Instagram, all the Twitter. I don't do much on Twitter. I share everything there, and I think the part of me that hasn't challenged myself too much as far as writing jokes would like to push myself creatively in that environment to write like one-liners that might be captivating or engaging, or I don't know yet. I don't know if I haven't been able to filter it into my mix because it just hasn't felt right yet. I don't see it. I don't think it's not going to be something where I can like comment on, because then I'll lose too much time. But I think it's something where I can come up with some cool ideas or thoughts or funny shit, share, and then jump off. But not build the brand through Twitter by adding people or retweeting or this and that. I understand the way it works, but I don't feel like I've committed to divulging that much time or energy into an expenditure there that I feel will ultimately yield something of value proportionate to the time and energy spent there. That was a really weird way of explaining it. I hope that made sense. Like, I don't feel it's a waste of time. I just don't know if I have the bandwidth to execute properly on Twitter to make it effective. There we go. Until I get some tips or I learn some savvy ways of navigating through that particular social media platform. I don't know. Again, a lot of my material is super long and it doesn't make sense in Twitter, but should I start TikToking more and small? And Mingus is on TikTok. You can look up, oh yeah, there you go. TikTok's another platform. You can jump on TikTok, check out Mingus. He likes to dance. And I have a few characters on there, the TikTok Oracle that does card readings, and MC Ridiculous, that's my rap name. And shout out to my ATL inspiration, Ludacris. Yeah. I don't got anything else to say about that. Just to respect, love, ATL, Luda, MC Ridiculous in the house. But yeah, TikTok. So one-liners. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Still talking about Julio up there. I'm going to start wrapping it up, I think. Let's see. The NFL. I'll hit fast forward. So, I definitely want to talk about that. I already hit on that, but there he is, raising the glass. It's the D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, man. He's getting paid. Corona is paying his ass. And this is funny because in one day, just Snoop, nothing but love here, Snoop. Nothing but love, man. Like one day I want to, careful what you wish for. I would love to have a sesh with you. Love. I've heard it's dangerous. I've heard, again, be careful what you wish for because no one does it like you do, Snoop. But one day, let's have a sesh, man. He's getting paid by Corona. Snoop's not even a drinker. He's not even a drinker, from what I understand. And maybe he sips a little. Maybe he does now, more than he normally does. But he's not even a smoker. And this is why I'm not going to hate on Snoop getting paid. Not going to do it. We already did that with Shaq. Snoop, when are you going to get paid to do a plant medicine commercial is what I want to know. So this focus isn't on Snoop and his decision to support Corona because he looks good, man. He's getting paid and he's do your thing, Snoop. Get out there and affect the communities the way you do and do the support that you do. Shaq, you too. You guys give a lot more than you get credit for. I know this. So thank you for all that you guys give to your friends, to your families, to your communities. Thank you. What I'm saying is when are you going to get paid to promote plant medicine? Especially on ESPN, man, because our players need to be able to enjoy cannabis. Our athletes need to be able to recover and heal using something a whole lot more healthy for them than, Corona and Maker's Mark, Pepsi and chicken wings. They need plant medicine. Give them access. It's legal here. It's legal there. California, Colorado. It's not legal everywhere. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Make it legal. I'm not insane. We've been talking about this for a long, long time, folks. Get together. Put the stamp on it. Let's stop the absurdity. It's proven. It heals. We get these little baby steps. We're stepping in these little kiddie pools of, maybe, and a little sprinkle over here and a little sprinkle over. Stop it. Let our players not drive drunk home. Let our players have stuff in their system that's not going to tear it apart and then their careers. Come on, man. Instead of a normal NFL life expectancy of I don't even know what it is. What is it, 3 to 4 years? That may even be generous. I don't know what it is. If someone knows, please drop in the comments below. But maybe it escalates to 8 to 10 years because we allow certain things that Mother Earth gave us. And you know the rest of the story. And if you don't, I'll be talking about it in other episodes. But when I was a kid, that's a pig with wings, by the way, folks. It's when's weed going to become legal? Yeah, when they fly. Well, this sucker's got wings and he's about to take off. It'll be flying in my lifetime. And we will all be enjoying something that's a whole hell of a lot more healthy from you than shotgunning the 6-pack of beers and driving home drunk with your friends. Don't do it. Call an Uber. Stop the madness. Come on, man. Money, 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 money. Hey. Play. I don't know. It's a papadilla. Oh gosh, they turned the pizza into something even less healthy than just regular pizza. P.S. I love pizza, by the way. As someone that doesn't do dairy anymore, you can have pizza without the cheese. You can have it. If you must, with some of the vegan cheeses out there aren't so bad, but staying away from processed stuff in general is probably the smartest thing. For me, carbs, I got to be careful. But in an indulgence, dude, you can get a loaded Supreme. You can put peppers, onions, mushrooms, tomato sauce, do up the pizza dough and the crust perfecto, and It's not as bad. It's a healthier decision. Should you be struggling, with certain health obstacles, challenges, etc., etc. We're at 6:32. I feel that that's probably about an hour and a half. I think we could wrap it up. I'm almost done with the water. It is an hour and a half. So thank yous for patience, patronage. Trying to think of another P word. And a perfect beginning to this podcast that it happens to be a pilot. Oh, stop. No, keep going. As I pontificate on a theme of poetic positioning in this perilous place of planetary poison and people that just need each other to look at one another and say, from my heart to yours, let's connect. Let's talk about sports and beyond, or beyond sports, or a new title to be introduced soon. I'll do some research. I'm not totally sold and in love with beyond sports. It may stay that way. It may not. This is a new podcast. I'm going to publish it. No editing. No offense or offenses to anyone out there. Nothing but love. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. John with a J signing off for now. Until next time, the journey to funny and side quests. That's the moniker. The journey to funny to be shorter. And in this particular portion of the collection of it all, beyond sports. Let's talk sports and beyond. All right. And I'm out. See you.